You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Hello again, guys. I've got another question from my cousin. And guess what, folks? He posted directly onto my timeline and called me out. There really is no avoiding this one. He posts, for your 12 days of Q&A, who was your first love? Don't be shy. Reply on a vid. On a vid, I shall reply. That's like a Valentine's Day question, man. Come on. February is right around the corner. Maybe we could just put this one on hold. Alright, suppose I'd better tell you. However, for all intents and purposes, and because I'm still friends with a lot of these people, they have access to this video, I strongly believe don't say or post anything online that you wouldn't want anybody to hear. I'm going to replace names. However, it really should be obvious by the time this video is done. You know who you are. So, let's get started. I've never been a big relationship kind of guy. And that doesn't mean that I don't want to get into a relationship or find someone nice that I think is attractive. It's mostly because I haven't given it any thought or time. I've always been so concerned with just getting through school, doing my work, getting good grades, acting. Good lord, everybody knows that drama club is no place to have a girlfriend. In fact, my previous drama teacher specifically stated, as soon as it comes time for a play, all relationships are off, no dates, you have no job, you have no life, I am your life. And honestly, that's some of the dedication that's needed to pull off some of the stuff that we did. But regardless, this question's answer will date back to my middle school years. Long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. There was a boy who was into drama, me. And he knew a girl who he thought was funny. He liked her, but she was just a friend at first. We're gonna call her LaFonda. Now, LaFonda really liked this guy, me. Or at the very least, that's how I came to understand it. 7th grade? Now, LaFonda and me weren't actually in drama together at first, and I'd met LaFonda by just being in class. And I was actually one of the people to help get LaFonda into drama. LaFonda in the drama. Wow, say that 5 times fast. Anyway, LaFonda liked, I have a hard time saying me, I don't know why, so much that she asked him to a specific dance that year. This guy, me, was trying so hard to ask this other girl to the same dance. We're gonna call her Beulah, said yes. Me and Beulah were gonna go to the dance, but LaFonda wanted to ask me. She hadn't asked me yet. I'd already asked Beulah and she said yes. A few days later, Beulah comes to me and says,
sorry, I kinda can't go. And it's not because I don't want to go, or even want to go with you, but my parents just don't think I should be going with a guy. Okay, still gonna be there. Not gonna be a problem? No, we just can't hang out together.
Believe me, I think this was probably a smart decision, because I knew quite a few guys around that school who really weren't the most respectable kids. And we're talking middle school, for goodness sakes. I understood that. In fact, I was so nervous asking her in the first place, it freed my little world. I was just gonna go and hang out with some friends then. That was okay, that was cool. And then literally a few days before the dance, LaFonda works up the courage, and I could tell this was really difficult for her because she had a lot of friends egging her on into this. She asked me if I wanted to go. And I looked at her and I said,
okay.
And then I said the stupidest thing that could have ever flown from my mouth.
We'll just go as friends.
Let me tell you, I feel to this day like I may have shattered something there. Like I may have broken a little piece of what could have been. Let's not forget this is middle school. I'm really dramatizing this for you guys. It's what I do. But me, being the new free spirit that I was, didn't think a thing about it. In fact, all the way up to that point, she was just my friend. And we went to the dance, hung out, and then that was it. That year was done and over. 8th grade rolls around, and now LaFonda's a big part of drama, and I'm seeing her every single day. We're sitting at lunch, we're talking, and I'm starting to see things change. Not in her, in me. I'm growing really fond of her. Starting to get some feels. Being an awkward teenager, you've got no idea how to deal with that or how to express it. In fact, that was a time when I really didn't even open up a whole lot to some of my closest guy friends. And I let those feelings grow quiet that entire year. There was also this other girl that I kind of liked, and her name was, we'll just call her Betsy. I'm picking names that I don't think are really very common. I kind of liked Betsy, and I didn't want to think that I liked LaFonda because I kept thinking about that one time when I told her, let's just go as friends. And I figured there's really no chance for me now, is there at all? But really, there kind of was. Instead, what I did, during one of our plays, I asked Betsy,
hey, I kinda like you, and I think you kinda like me too.
she did. It was pretty obvious at the time.
And what if we kind of went out?
And you know, in middle school, back in that day, going out didn't mean that you actually went anywhere. You didn't do jack. It was literally just a status symbol saying,
Hey, I'm going out with this person.
ooh, really? Where?
School.
And so that meant that you had to do things that quote-unquote going out people did, which was holding hands, hugging every time you met, sitting by each other in class and annoying teachers, or finding each other at lunch tables, all the crazy stuff. Crazy stuff that I didn't do because I didn't like Betsy that much. She was more or less just a friend, and I was trying to selfishly mask what I was actually feeling. I guess. This is the way I'm putting things in perspective now. So it really didn't last longer than maybe a week before we both mutually approached each other and said,
I don't think this is gonna work.
we hugged, went our separate ways, and we're still really good friends after that. Through this entire ordeal, LaFonda is involved with another one of my friends. And I'll be honest, I was feeling kind of jealous. But I also wanted to let it go because I figured I've never expressed anything. She's probably over me now. Whatever, let this go. A few months pass, plays pass, I get really involved in acting again. Grades are doing fantastic, and then she breaks up with him. And she's single for maybe the last few months of school. And my friend, who was going out with LaFonda, is now going out with Betsy. And he approaches me and says,
Hey dude, is that cool?
and I'm like,
Yeah, whatevs.
secretly, I thought, this is great. He's gonna go out with Betsy. Betsy's got someone she likes now, someone who really will pay attention to her. Maybe now I can try and make my move on LaFonda. I wish I could tell you guys this story had a happy ending. I guess it kinda does and it doesn't. I was talking one day to another guy friend, not the one that was dating Betsy, a different one. And me and him were talking, and he told me about somebody that he liked who happened to be best friends with LaFonda. And then I told him,
Well, I got a confession. I kind of like LaFonda. Oh my dude, are you... I knew it.
you know that look your friend gives you when they think they know something, or they pretend they did, or sometimes they actually really did know because it's that obvious every single day of your life? So that's it. My first bro pact is born. We both agree that if we help each other go out with the other person, it'll be a win-win. So we do everything we can to set this situation up as best as it can possibly go, which basically meant procrastinating because we were both too chicken to say anything until the last week of school. I can't honestly remember how his talk went, but I remember mine, and I almost didn't say anything. And what I specifically said to her while we were walking down the hall rather briskly to class after lunch was,
Hey, LaFonda, I need to tell you something.
maybe it was the tone of my voice or the way I was saying it, but I feel like she already knew what was coming. And I said something to the effect of,
You know, I really kind of like you.
and she kept walking even faster, and I caught just barely under her breath as she walked away. Well, that's just great. It's too bad you couldn't have told me that when I still had feelings for you. Now, this is ridiculous because we're talking middle school, but already I've just given you guys a freaking novella. Those are pretty much the cold hard facts. In fact, I still have something that she wrote me in my yearbook of that year, and well, I'm gonna go ahead and read it to you. Hey, can you believe it's the end of 8th grade? This year has been interesting, I guess. It's definitely been crazy. Can't believe you're moving. Okay, here's some advice you might need. Number 1, talk more. It's okay to be loud sometimes. 2, when you like a girl, tell her. Don't be stupid and not say anything, because that will always make you think, what if? 3, do not stop writing. You're gonna be famous one day. Then we can all say, I knew him way back in middle school. 4, keep in touch with me, or I'll be mad. I think that's it. We've all had a lot of fun this year. Thanks for talking me into doing drama. If you forget me, the dancing old people will get you. By the way, thanks for nominating me for Best Smile. So thanks, cousin, for that question, really. So before I go any further and say anything else even more ridiculous, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Keep sending me those questions. Sunday's the last day. Life is a play, and the play is the thing.
Ho, 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 Stafeezy. I already stalk you.